Even though it took 8 long years, Honda said, in your face, Harley Davidson, we're gonna build the Street Glide competitor. Bam, cue the intro. I'm Sean from SRK Cycles, and this is a 2013, the first year of the Honda F6B. Now, if you've been watching Honda for a little while, you'll notice that this is not the first time that they've used the Honda F6 insignia. Back in 1996 through 2003, they used the F6C for the Valkyrie, which was the Honda Goldwing motor, but for more of a cruising platform. F6C stood for Flat 6 Custom. Now F6B stands for Flat 6 Bagger. This is a bagger motorcycle. No tour pack, it's got bags. This thing was made to compete with one of Harley Davidson's best-selling motorcycles, the Street Glide. All right, guys, let's do the words of wisdom. Luke 9:24, for whoever wishes to save his life will lose it, but whoever loses his life for my sake, this is talking about Jesus, he is the one who will save it. Think about that one. All right, so here's one of the scoops with big bikes. This is a Goldwing, it's a big bike. It weighs 840 pounds. Now listen, you're not bench pressing it, you're not leg pressing the bike, you're not squatting it, you're riding it. That means all you have to do is just move it from here straight up, and then you got to give it some gas. Once you're giving it gas, you just got to balance it a little bit. Once you're giving it gas, the bike does all the work. It takes no extra effort to keep this thing up. Actually, this thing is probably easier to keep up than smaller bikes. Maybe, I don't know. I know these bikes can be intimidating at first. You know, someone asked me the other day, they're like, well, this is my first big bike, what should I be doing? Should I take it easy on the corner? I'm like, nah, you don't gotta take it easy. Just when you stop like this, put both feet down. Stop straight up, put both feet down, make sure you're at a good spot. You might stop on some gravel. If you were leaning too much weight to one side and you put one side down and that one side you stopped on gravel, then you might slip and you might drop the bike. So just getting used to big bike, it probably is, you don't want to be your first bike, but after you learn how to ride, you've got that balance, jump on a bike and you just get used to it. It takes a little bit getting used to. But once you've done it, this is why you have 80, 90, you have 120-year-old men that weigh 70 pounds and they're riding 120-year-old women that weigh 65 pounds and they're riding 800-pound Goldwings like it's nothing. So in 2006, Harley Davidson released their FLHX, which is the Street Glide. And since then, it's been their best-selling motorcycle. 8 years later, Honda releases the F6B, the Flat 6 Bagger. So what took them 8 years to actually come up with this? I have no idea. I mean, they should have figured it out much sooner. There's no way it took them 8 years to redesign it because it's just the basic Goldwing, but they took off the tour pack. Probably, in my mind, I think what happened is you got the son of Mr. Honda, and he's like, Dad, come on, man, we gotta do a Street Glide Goldwing. And he's like, no, son. And and they argued about this for about 7 years, and then finally he blackmailed the dad into doing it, and then it worked. And it was kind of to be honest with you, it was kind of a flop because it was missing a couple key features like cruise control that a lot of people really liked, but it's definitely picking back up, and now people are loving this bike. So what they accomplished with building this thing without the tour pack is simple. Tour packs and trunks are for old men. No tour packs are for young men. I mean, think about it. Let's say you were doing something crazy and you were like the old West movies and you were running from someone and you were coming from the back and you were running and you had to jump on your bike real quick and then you got to ride away. You know what I mean? You can't do that if you have a tour pack. The biggest thing you always notice about the Goldwings is one, how smooth it is. You'll never find a bike this smooth. I mean, it is smooth. If you ever wonder why big expensive cars normally have large engines, V10s, V12s, it's because the larger the engine is, the smoother it can be. Yeah, you can make 500 horsepower with the 4-cylinder, but it's just not as smooth. You know, it doesn't have that good sound. And same thing, Boxer Flat 6, great sound, very smooth. This is what you want. This is what a lot of people want, not everyone, but it's what a lot of people want when they're riding a motorcycle. The other thing is the power. Goldwings make Goldwings make pretty big power, and it's impressive, and it's always there, and it's the best. They also handle very well too. I prefer a bike with pegs. You can get them a little bit lower in the corners. You're not dragging that floorboard down, and you would be surprised. A well-trained rider, a good rider on a Goldwing versus a decent rider on a sport bike, my money's going to be on that guy with the Goldwing, because the bikes are extremely capable bikes and they are quick. Watch this. It moves. It definitely moves. We're going to go do the 0 to 60. It's going to surprise you. It's dry. Last time I did it on a Goldwing, it was wet. It's dry. We're going to get some good times. We're going to get into 3 seconds. I'm pretty confident we're going to get into 3 seconds. Now, depending on what type of riding you do, cruise control is irrelevant. I just did 500, 600 miles this past weekend. I didn't have cruise control. I didn't think about it. I wouldn't have wanted it, you know what I mean? I was doing a lot of going fast and going slow and passing people and just having fun. Cruise control is great for just like highway riding, cruising, setting it at your speed. I don't know why I'm explaining to you guys what cruise control is good for. I think you guys should know by now. You don't need me explaining to you why people need cruise control. Alright, it's gonna be sick. There. Haha, that was fun. That was fun. Back in, got a little squirrely. So in 2018, they stopped calling this bike the F6B, and they just started calling this the Goldwing. So what used to be the F6B is now the Goldwing. What used to be the Goldwing is now the Goldwing Tour. Now, even though this is a 5-speed gearbox, it's 4 speeds with an overdrive. Even though it's 5 speeds, there's never any, you don't, I mean, listen, if this was 12 speeds, you'd be like, is there another one? Is there another one? You know what I mean? It's fine. I got no complaints. It's at a good RPMs, at a good cruising speed. And it's got plenty more gear left that you can just keep on taking this thing up to, you know, go the speed limit or whatever speed you want to go. Let's pass this guy effortlessly. Why is that guy going 45 miles an hour? I do not know. Beautiful day outside, guys. So, to put it extremely simply, this is a Goldwing with a few less things. No tour pack, no trunk, no reverse, you know, a couple of minor things, and it's for a whole lot cheaper for younger people. Now these are actually aftermarket bars. These have risers, so you can change the tilt, you know, to fit perfectly for your hands, and they sit up a little bit higher. They're comfortable. They are very, very comfortable. Now, something that is commonly seen on Goldwings are these little things, these little air wind deflectors. People call that farkle. Like any little accessories you put on top of your bike on like a BMW or a Goldwing, you don't call it a farkle on a Harley Davidson. You call it just throwing your money down the toilet on a bike like this. And I don't know why they need that. How wide are your legs? I don't know why you need more. Like, I want air hitting me. I don't know. Another big difference with the Goldwing and this bike is the stock factory windshield. This might be bigger than the normal one, I'm not sure, but the Goldwing ones are much taller. These are much shorter. Now, a couple things. It still has tons of space and tons of little cubby holes. You've got a little cubby hole right here. You can stash your stuff, and it's got a power port. You also have a cubby hole right in here. You can put like sandwiches and cheeseburgers and whatnot. If you were wondering, normally the latches for the side bags would be under the tour pack. They're secretly hidden right here. Look at it, it's got a little carpet with F6B in it. If you like the Goldwing, if you like the idea of the Goldwing, a big, comfortable, cruising, quiet bike that you can put all your stuff in, but you feel like you're too young for one, this could be the bike. So let's say the Goldwing's not for you. Maybe the F6B is. Let's say the F6B is not for you. Let's say there's just too much bike, there's too much fairing, there's too much stuff going on. What about the 2014 to 2015 Honda Valkyrie? Maybe that's the bike for you. I think they also call that F6, because it also had the same engine, flat 6. A beautiful bike. They're pretty rare, but you can find them, and it's the same Goldwing engine, but more on just a full-blown cruiser bike. And they rip, they're a little lighter than this. They're just an awesome, cool bike. So you have a lot of awesome ways. You could have you and 3 of your friends all running the same engine, all on different bikes, all racing each other and arguing about which one is better than the other one. If you are looking for the best motorcycle gloves that exist on the planet, look no more. They're here. The M1 Moto. We have two different top models too. The M1 Moto 507 and 508s. These are actually one of the only gloves lined with Kevlar. And these gloves are tough, man. Go watch the video we made on these things. I drug my hand for like a mile on the ground on the highway. It was sweet. True story. It's on video. So as of right now, this bike is for sale on our website, SRK Cycles. We have about 60 or 70 bikes for sale, and we do ship all over the country. And don't forget, it is not what you're riding, but where you're going. We'll see you guys next time. You wanna know what the other awesome thing about the Goldwing F6B is? You can ride it like a maniac, do all these sport bike type things, and like, you know, have fun. And no one ever suspects the guy on the Goldwing. They think it's an old man. Look at that old man riding a wheelie on a Goldwing, you know? Think about it.